Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Learning Torah Lishma. I just want to touch upon it, a concern, and we see this, unfortunately, that there seems to be um, a lot of, sometimes in certain groups and certain people, there seems to be this certain level of disdain. If I'm this type of Jew, there's disdain for that type of other Jew. Or if I'm this type of Jew, but if that person is not yet fully recognized his Jewish powers and abilities and hasn't connected to his God completely, that there could be this disdain. Now, let me like let me give a few examples. I want to try to keep it not too detailed. We'll see how it goes. So you could have a Hasidish person, and he'll be embarrassed to walk around with someone that's not Hasidish. And you could even have someone that's, let's say, Satmar, and he'll be embarrassed to walk around with someone that's Belz. Now, you could have someone Hasidish or Litvish or even Sephardi. Sephardim seem to be the most tolerant. But you could have someone from either one of these three groups, and you could see that sometimes they'll be they'll be embarrassed to walk around with someone that's, he's Jewish, but he's not really affiliated. He looks like a hippie. He's not keeping the mitzvahs. He doesn't dress Jewish, and there's many different scenarios that one could face that we see this. One should know that this is not I'm going to tell you this. I've been all around, so I understand, and I could tell you that yes, there are certain places that legitly have this issue, but the majority of places that I don't know, maybe around 66% where this issue exists, you'll see that if you understand the dynamics of what's happening in the community, what's really happening is that people, it's so hard to get your kids married that you're afraid, either the person himself that needs to get married is afraid of people associating them with someone outside their group, or someone that's at the moment, is having a hard time finding God, finding Hashem. And they could, if they associate with that person, then people could think that they're of low level, and and then no girls want them. You understand? The girls want a prize; they don't want to lose her. So now, but this is not inherently the Jew wants to love them, wants to be connected to them, but they feel society is forcing them to just to completely disassociate and not have anything to do with that person. But first thing you should know that usually, and I would say probably at least 66% of the time, the Frum Jew, or that Hasidic Jew, or that Sephardic Jew, or that Litvish Jew, I say, the Litvish Jew or that Sephardic Jew, or within their own communities, really they want to be connected, but they're afraid because of an outside course. The fact that they're not wanting to connect, now it's true that when someone's very young, they shouldn't be connecting to things that are, they shouldn't have, it's a temporary hello, this and that, but when you're young, you're very impressionable, and you need to connect completely to, people that have the right ideology. It's true. But when a person gets a bit older, when a person becomes an adult, in Judaism, that's 12 for a girl, 13 for a boy. In today's days, that's 18. Then a person has to learn how to connect to other people, meaning and able to have a relationship, not just saying hello and just being friendly and kind, just being a gentleman, you know. But people should know that they could sense this, they feel this, that's not really how the person's feeling and thinking. And when a person is in the age of marriage, then when they're thinking about getting married, that's already, they're supposed to be an adult, and they should have already learned how to connect without harming their spirituality. And the reason why you could see that many times they won't is because of a reason like this. Usually it's shidduchim. It's marriages. You don't want to give the family a bad name. You don't want to give yourself a bad name. You don't want to make a bad name for your kids. And you'll see this, that when someone's too young and not so, they're very young, so they're not smart. They could be more friendly unless really trained not to. And when someone gets old, they'll be more friendly usually. It's that middle stage, you understand? Again, someone could have old that is not. They could be trained very well not to be, you understand? But you see that there is a difference. When a person enters the marriage stage, or their kids needing shidduchim, that's when this all happens. And this comes from the monopoly on marriage, the way the system works, the monopoly which we talk about. We talk about how to correct that. And so people should just understand this. I was thinking maybe it's better not to talk about it, but, because people could easily take things out of context and everything. But I do think it's a truth that people need to know. For the people that, are good, they'll be happy to hear that this is not something, in most cases, that is essential to the person. They're doing it because of an outside force, but really they do want to love you. And hopefully when we create healthy communities, we could, in the most part, get rid of this negativity. Love you, and Hashem loves you more.